Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. My name is Susan LaCroix. This is my phenomenal daughter, Julie, and today is Sunday, April 16th. So, hope you got your taxes done. You can use your refund to buy all kinds of stuff in the new catalog coming up.
Oh,
Anyway,
I definitely did not get a refund. We owe some money.
oh,
So yeah, no extra stamps for me.
you're so funny. Oh boy. Well, so how was your week?
It was good. It was busy with the kids stuff. We've just got so much going on this spring with softball and the school musical and archery. We just had the last tournament of the season was yesterday. There's still a national tournament. Claire won't participate in that one, but Elise and Anna, I think, will both go. That's going to
Awesome.
be in the middle of May, so they'll continue having practices for archery. And we got a couple weeks until the musical, Matilda Junior. So we're excited for that, and we're excited to see you guys when you come
I know.
for that. But
We're
lots of
excited.
softball games. I think we had three
Wow.
this past week, and so Claire is just exhausted, trying so hard to keep up. Not only because we have the other pitcher is injured. There's some other injuries as well, so it's just a rough thing for her to be pitching every single game without a break, and then trying to keep up with everything else in school. And she did compete in the archery tournament yesterday, so that was her last one ever. But I think she just felt so unprepared because she just hasn't been able to go to practice consistently because of softball. So
Yeah.
it is just like we're on just fast forward. I just feel like like everything is just happening so quickly. And this every spring though, I feel like this where it's just crazy and we're just like stumbling towards summer with a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. I
looking
understand.
looking forward to some calm to the current chaos. How was your week?
Busy. I'm just trying to what my focus needs to be has been is starting to pull some of my retired product so I
Yes.
can put some of the new things away. And there's a lot to be done. You know, you're pulling stamp sets and dies and inks and paper and designer series paper and embellishments. I mean, there's a lot. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to chunk it, do a little bit each day, and then I'll feel better when I
I'm like halfway through. I last weekend I started that process, but it never fails that I always like pull something that still is in the catalog and is still current. So it's like a process to double check every single thing when you pull it off the shelf. Is it
yeah,
still is it still in the catalog?
yeah.
Is it is it leaving? So just another reminder, make sure you get your last chance favorites before they're gone. There's just a couple more weeks
Yeah.
to get those. And the stamp set that we're using today is one that actually carries over from the
Oh,
annual catalog to the new annual catalog. So you'll still be able to get the stamps and the dies. However, they're not going to be bundled anymore. So that's something else to look at as you're looking at the list. If there's some things that are, not retiring, they carry over, but you will miss out on the discount of not being able to get it in the bundle anymore. So make sure you take a look at the bundles. I think every bundle pricing ends with this when the catalog ends on May 1st. So if there's a bundle that you're looking at and you want that extra 10%, because that can add up,
yeah,
10% off, make sure that you get those bundles now.
absolutely. Well, I'm excited about this bundle. All I'm using is the stamp set from it. But Julie, I would like you to please introduce the sweep to
Yes,
us.
let's switch the camera over. Um, I I was just noticing you could see a corner of my floor. Okay, don't rewind and look because it's it's a mess. We are looking at the Texture Chic Suite. This is from the May 2022 to April 2023 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. So this is the one, we just got a couple weeks left on this one. This is page 98 and 99. And like we were just talking about, the stamp set and dies will carry over. Season of Chic. And look at these dies. They're so dynamic. We've got some dies to cut out the stamp shapes, but also some detail dies that can be layered on top. A really cool kind of texture die here. And the dies are only show, or the images here are only shown at 75%. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but it does say that on the bottom of the case. So here is and you know, maybe I'll just show you the catalog, because the catalog is actual size. So this gives you kind of a better idea of the sizing of those images. So the die cut not only the images, but also adds some detailed texture to it. Love the samples here. And I'm kind of surprised that you weren't a big fan of this, Mom, because this just shouts like shabby chic. And I thought you would have been all over this.
Yeah, I don't know why. Now that I'm playing with it, it's like I really like this.
Yes, you're gonna love my card, and you're gonna
Oh,
I think you're gonna be using it a lot more. So here's the designer paper. It's so beautiful. It's a specialty paper. And the paper is called Texture Chic. And yep, I have all the sheets here. So on one side we have gold foil, and we have that on each of the sheets. So it is very shabby chic, kind of distressed looking. The colors here, we've got evening evergreen, soft succulent, petal pink, pool party, mango melody. Did I get them all? I think that was it. And then the flip side, a little bit more pattern here. So like this one features the seashells. This is more like distressed kind of wood grain. We've got the snowflakes. I think that's what I like about the bundle, is that there are like images for each season. We got a flower and a seashell and a leaf and a snowflake. So I just feel like there's so much you can do all year round with the Texture Chic. The other thing that's part of the suite is this distressed gold paper, and it comes in 12 by 12. This is all I have left of my package, so I don't have a full sheet to show you, but it is really beautiful. It's not a solid gold foil, but it does have some foil kind of aspects to it. So I love that it's a little bit more distressed and muted, and I think it goes with so many things so beautifully.
I love that distressed gold paper, and I've already blown through at least one full pack, if not two. So, and it's carrying over.
Oh, good. I was just gonna check. I couldn't remember.
Yes. I don't think it's available right now, but or maybe it's low inventory. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it has been kind of in and out of inventory level, I feel like.
Yeah.
I have a few card samples to share with you. This first one is from my upline, Kim Peck, and she used some rose gold foil paper with the layered things, and then the seashells with another rose gold seashell die cut in the front. And then I created this one when we did our adhesive video, and I used some of the gilded leafing on those leaves to kind of tie in some of that gold. And then another card I did, I think this was a mystery stamping project. So using some of the different designer paper, gold foil for the die cut flowers, and kind of just mixing some of those colors. So
very pretty, Julie. You're right.
Are you ready to share your project?
I am. Okay. So it's not just a black and white card, you'll see. So our card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a 3/4 inch by 5.5 inch strip of basic black for the greeting. It does get trimmed down, but I wasn't sure what I was doing with it, so that's what I cut. And then I've got 4 each of this white 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 inch square, and 4 each of the basic black 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 to be matted on. So there we go. That is what I'm using. So I'm going to bring out our white first and do some stamping. So I'm going to start with the leaf. So I'm starting with the outline because I think it's easier to line them up when you start with that piece. So I am going to use Cajun Craze for the outline of this leaf and Pumpkin Pie for the inside of it.
Ooh, I love that.
I thought I made a mistake. I was like, what?
No, it's gorgeous. I love
Isn't
those
it pretty?
colors together.
I do too. All right. And next I'm going to, let's do the snowflake. And I'm using Balmy Blue for that. Can you tell my theme here? I'm going for seasons.
I think you're choosing amazing colors to represent each season.
And then, well, you might not say that down the road. Let's do
Oh!
the petal next. And I'm using gray granite and petal pink. So I'm going to do my, I guess, outline of the shell in gray granite. And the inside of the shell, petal pink. Didn't that turn out pretty? I really like the gray
Yes.
granite and petal pink together. And then the last one, the little flower, I'm doing in freesia.
Ooh,
It's a returning color. So, oh shoot. Okay.
I
Well,
love freesia. I'm so glad it's sticking around.
yeah. So ignore this piece of paper because I forgot to bring a little. So I want the outline in full strength. And then I want to stamp off the inside. And this is the one I struggled with lining it up. So I will hope that I can find it using that center part of the flower, trying to line up some of the little spikies. I think it's this way. Did you find that an issue for you, Julie?
Lining up the flowers.
Yeah.
I definitely started with the outline like you said, and then
Yeah.
on that one, which way did you started with the outline, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This one might be better. I'll use that one. All right. And the only other thing I want to do is stamp my greeting for the inside, which is, oh, I must have cleaned it and put it away.
Oh,
Oh, I'll show you on my sample. And I was telling Julie before we started filming that I had it all ready. I thought, oh, I need to do the inside. And so I had my card sitting there and I opened this up. The top flipped over, this flipped down on the top of the card. So there you go. All right. So we are going to now adhere our pieces onto our black mat. And I'm going to just take a little of our seal. And line these up. And I went ahead and did the greeting because I embossed it in white on the You make each season of life even more beautiful. Oh, I do have the inside reading.
I love that sentiment.
I do too. And the last one. So there are our design element pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp our greeting on the inside since I do have it. And I'm going to do it now before I glue the front on, just in case I don't think. Yeah. All right, so you are amazing beyond measure. All right, I'm closing up the ink so I don't have any more happy accidents. Oh, not so happy. You know what I did? It's going this way. So that's
Oh, can you have it go the other way?
I don't know. Let's see. All right, this is summer.
I was just preparing one of the pieces for my card and I realized that I scored it a little bit wrong. And so I think I can fix it by just changing the orientation.
Yeah, the only problem is the greeting. I'll show you the other orientation. I want spring. I really do like a portrait, so I'm going to go ahead and do it this way.
You can always add a little piece inside the card to cover up.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I really just wanted the greeting here.
Oh, I love it. What a great way to show off all those images together.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so let's go ahead and start gluing on. I'm starting with spring. The flowers blooming in spring. And then going swimming and finding seashells in the summer. And then my favorite season, which is fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, winter, which is, at least for this year, behind us. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some banner edges. Or do you think it should just be non-banner edged? Oh, no, I know what I'm going to do.
I don't know that you have room, do you?
I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this.
Well, there you go.
And let's find some dimensionals to pop this bad boy up. And I made sure the colors I was using for this are not retired colors. All right. So make each season of life even more beautiful. And of course,
No.
bling. So I'm bringing out our flat pearls. So I'm going to put one in the middle of our snowflake, one in the middle of our flower, and one on our little shell.
Oh.
So I didn't put one here, and your sister was Yvonne said, why aren't you putting one there? So I explained the rule of threes. I don't even know where I would put it on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could put one on that one. I think in this case, since you have 4 squares, you could put one in each, but I don't know. It doesn't really have a, yeah, I don't, it doesn't really have
No,
a place. It
no.
doesn't make it sense the same way the other ones do.
So I'm going to take it off. Leave me a comment. Pearl on the leaf or not. But there's our card. And so if I can find, here we go. So the, so that's how it looks with the correct orientation.
What a great card. I love it.
Oh, thanks. I have one more sample that I whipped up real quick. I really like that ombre look and you
Uh-huh.
like a monotone. So this is garden green card base, which I embossed with those big polka dots from the online exclusive.
Yeah.
And then I just took garden green ink in full strength, stamped off once, stamped off twice, stamped off 3 times.
Oh, it looks good.
And so you are amazing beyond measure, threw a few rhinestones on there. And I just kind of put this a little askew on purpose.
I like that brush stroke stamp. It's really pretty. I haven't used that one yet. Um, but I think
Yeah,
I think it's a nice one.
yeah, there we go. So that's it for me with this stamp set. Julie, are you ready?
I am ready. So I'm using a retiring color. Don't yell at me. Soft
I'm
succulent. It's in the
yelling.
paper,
I'm
but I'm
not
also using a brand new color.
yelling. Ooh.
This designer paper, um, it says it's soft suede, but I'm telling you, I think that looks like pebbled path.
Oh.
And so yeah, this is one of the new in colors, and I decided to bring it in along with the soft succulent and petal pink are the colors that I'm using. And like I said, I just kind of pulled them from the designer paper. Well, the card I'm making is called a corner fold card, and this one was done by Rachel Tessman in the fall, and Ann Hansen sent in this card for my black and white swap for the Great Big Card Swap in March, and I'm just getting ready. We're filming early, so even though this is going to air April 16th, this card is already well on its way to another swapper. But it inspired me. I hadn't seen this card in person, so I was excited to see it, and it looks kind of easy. So we're going to give it a try today. Thank you so much to Anne for the inspiration, and thank you so much to Rachel. I always try to trace cards back, and I've seen a few other demonstrators, but Rachel seems to be the earliest one, and maybe she wasn't even, I don't know. But it's a really fun card, and I'm excited to show it to you today. So you're going to need a piece of designer paper or cardstock that is 7 inches by 8 1/4, and you're going to score at 2 3/4 inches across and down. So 2 3/4, both top and bottom. And then you're also going to measure at 5 1/2 inches. And so I made like a little tick
Oh,
mark and on the back of my paper, and then you're going to score diagonally.
oh, wow.
So I was doing that while you were demonstrating, and I realized, whoopsie, in order to do a card like Anne's, which has the corner up here, then I should have been making my score lines for the inside of the card. Like I should have done it on this side because I want that to be the inside and this to be the outside. Um, so if I did that, then my score line would be on this side instead of where it is on this side. Anyway, I think we're just going to switch orientations and we're going to make it work because this is my last sheet of this paper. So we don't have any other option. Okay. we're we're going to fold on those score lines and then the diagonal score line as well. And I've made cards like this. I always call them like DSP explosion cards. You're gonna kind of like bring those corners in to get kind of like a squashed corner, almost like a little origami. So this was supposed to be like Anne's card where that corner is on the opposite side. And I think it would be weird to open on that side. So I think it'll still work. We'll just turn it horizontal and have it open like up
Oh, that's pretty.
instead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that'll work.
So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so that's the corner fold card. It's really easy. Like there's just 3 score lines and you don't even have to cut anything. Then you're just folding it onto itself. So we'll have the measurements and a link to the template in the video description for you. So then we're going to do some stamping, and the imagery on this sheet has the flowers. And so I'm going to stamp, and then I've got the pieces die cut, so I'm going to stamp them first. I like you, Mom, doing the outline first. So I'm using Pebbled Path here for the flowers, and Petal Pink for the inside. And yeah, I usually just kind of try to find like the part of the flower that looks the most different. So in this case, that's like the one that sticks out, and I concentrate on lining that up. And so
There you
usually,
go. Perfect.
yeah, everything else then falls into place. So then we're going to do some soft succulent for the leaves. And I just decided to do, I did some, well, I stamped off, but then I think I actually did use both of them. So, stamping, and you can kind of see the difference here with the lighter and the darker.
Oh,
And like I said, I think I just ended up using both. So let me bring in the die cut pieces. I also die cut some, I used the distress gold to do some of that like
pretty.
netting. And then I die cut some detailed flowers from the same dies. And I stamped the sentiment on a 1 inch by 2.5 inch piece of white cardstock. And I've die cut some scallop contours. Are these dies going to carry over? I forgot to look.
Huh. I
Um,
think they are.
Here's the die set. It's got some different scallop rectangles, and let me just have a quick look. Um, so many dies that are leaving, and so many dies that are on sale. I'm not seeing on the last chance list. I don't have my new catalog near me, but I'm I think it does carry over because I don't see it on the last chance list. Which is good because I love these shapes. So I did the second largest scallop rectangle, and I die cut from the thick basic white cardstock. Originally, I was just going to have this be the only layer, but then I decided I wanted to add a little bit of the soft succulent. So I've got 2 pieces, 3 5/8 inch by 4 5/8 inch, and these are to layer onto the rectangle. So one of them is going to be on the inside, and then one of them is going to be on the front, and we're going to layer all of our pieces on there. Maybe a little bit bigger than I would like it to be, but I think it's going to be okay.
I did confirm, Julie, that it is in the new catalog.
Oh, good, good, good. I'm so glad because I love it. I'm going to use some liquid glue to glue down this distressed gold paper, just kind of adding some dots. I'm being a little messy and rushed, but I like to do it over my Stampin' Dimensionals so that it dries and I don't have to worry about getting a mess all over my desk. Okay, so we're going to do the sentiment with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I guess it's a good thing I didn't have all this glued down already, since we had to change the direction of our card. And then the leaves are going to go behind the flowers. So I'm going to do a little bit of, going to do a little adhesive on those.
Oh, how pretty.
I knew you would like it. um, so yeah, I think that looks about right. And I'm just gonna put everything down with regular adhesive since the sentiment is already on dimensionals. We're just going to kind of tuck these underneath, and then we're going to use the liquid glue for our detailed flowers. And again, just kind of tucking those in there.
I kind of think one could even peek over onto your greeting piece instead of tucking it all.
Well, the greeting is on Stampin' Dimensional, so
Oh yeah, never mind.
I'm not sure. I should have put the rectangle down first. Whoops.
It works.
I know it's a little messy. Okay, so there's our front piece, and we'll add some bling.
Very nice.
And then when you open it up, we'll have this on the inside. Oh, I did it the wrong way. This one just had a little indentation from my die cutting, and I meant to layer on that one. For the inside, I'm going to use the sentiment that says, "I'm here for you." And then have some flowers. I think I'm going to leave the outline off and just do.
Okay. That works.
What do you think?
I think that works. Because you want that to be subtle enough that doesn't take away from the greeting.
Yeah. Should I do an outline down here in the corner?
You can try it. Yeah.
I don't know, but it's done.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I think I would have left it off, but you know, that's how we learn. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
we
it's
figure
too
things
late.
out. Yeah.
Okay. This is going to go on the inside of the card. Right there. I definitely wanted to have a couple layers so that there was some stability to this paper.
Yeah.
And then when we put on this one, we need to be really careful because most of it is not going to be attached to anything, just in this corner. So I'm going to use some tear and tape here, just in the corner, to make sure that we don't accidentally put too much adhesive down on it. Maybe one more piece. And then we're going to add some bling. And I think I might get out those elegant faceted gems that you used last week. I think that's kind of perfect for this suite.
I was thinking of that when you were put together. I thought, oh, elegant faceted, or the champagne. The champagne.
Oh, yeah. Let me grab my box and see what I've got
Both of those are
handy.
going away.
I keep all of mine in like a little, it smells like a shoebox.
I actually took all of mine upstairs, watched TV while I pulled out everything that was retiring and reorganized what was staying. My bin's pretty empty.
I definitely still need to organize that. My embellishments are always one of the last things that I pull from. Okay, so I don't know where my elegant faceted gems are. I love those, but since I can't find them, I've got polished dots. Are those retired?
Ooh. I don't know.
I don't know. And then we have champagne rhinestones and the basic pearls. I'm so sad those are retiring.
Yeah, I am too. All right, so what was the first one that you were
The
wondering about?
polished dots. I think
Polished
those might be retired.
dots. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing them.
And then I have the champagne rhinestones and the pearls.
I would use Either the polished dots or the champagne rhinestones.
I know. I think I'm digging the color of the champagne rhinestones.
Yeah.
So let's use those.
Can we share the cover of the new catalog yet or not?
Oh yeah, I already have.
Oh, all right. So if you don't have one handy, then you can highlight my desk again and I'll share the cover real quick.
Sure. All right,
We
there's the
can
finished
finish it.
card with
That's
all the
beautiful.
bling.
I
Although
like that.
I'm kind of wondering if I should do like 5.
They're small enough you could get away with it for sure. Yeah, I like that.
All
Yep.
right, there's that finished corner fold card with the
Beautiful.
texture chic.
I'm definitely going to try that because I really like that fold.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think it
so
works. I think it works either direction, Julie.
yes, I
Yeah.
think so. I'm kind of it was a happy accident.
There.
Kind of a happy accident. There's the vertical one again. This one's from Anne Hansen. So
That's
thank you,
beautiful.
Anne, for that inspiration, and thank you,
Yeah.
Rachel, for sharing that card. And let's switch the camera over so we can check out the catalog cover. Oh, you got your
Woo!
spiral bound.
I do for my hostess club. That's one of the perks of being in my club is that they get a spiral bound catalog every year. So there it is. Isn't it gorgeous? And ooh, some of those
I
new
know.
colors.
I love those colors. I think those are actually most of the new core colors: lemon lolly, bubble bath, berry burst, lost lagoon, blueberry bushel.
Yeah,
So
love it.
pretty.
Love it. And you see what flower is featured on the cover.
Yes.
My daisies.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, I
that
want
is
to open it and
such
share
a
so
fun
bad and
sleeve.
I can't. So I'm going to take it
Not
right away here.
yet. Not yet. Let's flip the camera around and show off our cards.
All right, sounds good.
Oh my goodness. Texture Chic Suite, the Season of Chic bundle. I'm so glad this one is going to carry over because I think it's so beautiful and I hope that you'll use it more, Mom, because this one is just
Oh,
totally
I think
totally
so.
up your alley. I can't wait to see what other things you create with it.
Yeah, I definitely missed the boat on this one. I think not using it till the last month.
Well, that's how it always is. There's so many beautiful things that come out, and it's hard
Yeah,
to balance, right? Like we can't get it all, and we don't get it all right away. We got to
right.
pace ourselves. So,
Yeah,
that's just the way
true.
it is. And we got a new catalog coming, and we'll pace
Yeah,
ourselves again and pick
or
and
not.
choose the thing.
I'm
Oh, well,
eyeballing the big box over there.
that's just the pre-order. There's still a
I
whole
know.
bunch of stuff we haven't gotten a chance to order yet. And just a reminder, the new catalog will start on May 2nd. So in just 2 weeks, we'll get
Yeah.
to open up the catalog and really dig in
Oh,
and play with
yeah,
all the new stuff. And so we'll have some videos coming up in May using new product. In fact, I think in 2 weeks, we're going to do some sneak peeks when we do a mystery stamping for our episode 100 that's coming
yes,
up.
yes,
So we'll share some more details next week when we do that video. We'll give you the measurements and we'll talk about our episode 100 mystery stamping or
yes.
stamp along. Sorry, not mystery stamping. We don't call it that.
No, so do
Um, but yeah, it's coming up really fast and I'm excited. So I think we're each gonna do some sneak peek stuff with that mystery stamping stamp along project.
I.
So we'll share
We
all
could
the
just call
details
it the
next week.
mystery stamp along.
A mystery stamp along. There you go. That's gonna be in 2 weeks on April 20 no, April 30th.
April 30th.
Yes. So
Yes,
in 2 weeks, not next week, in 2 weeks, we'll give you all the details next week.
yes.
And we better just wrap this up before I call it something else again because I'm
There you go.
all tongue tied.
All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Post Easter, you're working off the ham and potatoes and whatever else and the chocolate bunnies. So So have a good one. And until next Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Love you too, Jay. Bye.